invited you, fat ass.
You flocking bastards.
It is I.
You're fired. What are you smiling at?
How can I put this? You're beneath me.
Your turn, Barbie.
I got a bigger dick.
DMC, a game with Shakespearean dialogue and characters, with the best main character made especially for edgelords. That did not go well for Ninja Theory. But in all seriousness, this game is kind of amazing really. I actually had way more fun than I could have imagined. DMC's combat, yes I know it's weird, is actually quite deep, maybe even deeper than your mom. Yes, now you know why I decided to make a boss ranking on this DMC. A fellow edgelord, I have literally named my channel that. Ooh, the edge. Now let's take a deep dive into the bosses of DMC, and if you watch until the end of the video, you might just change your mind about this game and start to appreciate it for what it is. And what is it in my opinion? One of the best games I've played all year. Let's go. Number 7, Mundus Spawn. Oh sorry, Mundus Spawn. Yeah, I didn't think it'd be possible for Mundus to be topped in terms of overall shittiness, but his spawn didn't disappoint. I had to fight some of the bosses twice to get the footage, but I did not want to do that for the Mundus spawn. That's how fucking bad this boss fight is. I cannot bear even a single fucking second in this boss fight ever again. It's that bad. I mean, sure, that's just an exaggeration, but it still isn't that fucking good. The best part about this fucker has to be his death scene, which solidified Virgil as a child killer. More on that later. He has cool disco moves, but when they are done by a blob of shit, they lose their significance as a whole. Bosses that are designed like shit turn out like shit most of the times. His main gimmick is that after you take out his entire health bar, you've got to lay a beat down on his mom. It was quite easy for me because I practice on your mom. But this system really makes it a slog of a fight, especially if you thought that grappling on this dingus and attacking it was the only means to do damage. It took me way too long to figure out that that was completely unnecessary. Whatever shit fight. His theme couldn't have been edgier. Like, what the fuck is that? Am I right? So funny. Number 6, Mundus. One of the best theme songs for a final boss in the entire series. This theme really just gives you a feel of dominance. Have a listen. The music of utter evil. It's kinda beautiful. One of my favorite tracks. Nausea hit the boss themes out of this dimension. My god. It is kinda hard to take him seriously. Now, if this monster of ominous spirit with this track shows up, you might want to take him seriously. But you don't know the real Mundus.
Me, a god, versus you, a piece of shit.
Beyond that, Mundus is a lackluster final boss. Pretty much the entire boss goes down as Mundus slams one or both hands on top of the building, creating a shockwave which you jump over, grapple closer and lay a beat down. And that's pretty much it. In his second phase, he is pretty much begging for you to kill him or deep throat him. I do know, I was getting missed signals over here. Why is he opening his mouth and bringing it close to us just to get brutalized? It's a sick way to end this fight. The devs just pretty much gave up on this dude, which is good, cause if we got a 10 on 10 fight, I would still have a hard time enjoying it cause it's Mundus, not Mundus. Not gonna lie, I kinda like this Virgil. I mean, yeah, he's kind of psychotic with no honor and integrity, like you know, the other Virgil. But the other Virgil couldn't handle child support, could he? Talking about children, am I the only one who thinks that this is kinda sus? Don't be. This dude sounds like your average cupcake enjoyer, saying things like, it's not your fault, it's just gonna hurt a little. Don't worry about it. It's almost
over.
Anyways, the fight is kind of trash compared to DMC 3 and DMC 5 Virgil, but those are like 10 on 10 fights. Plus the DLC has what I consider a superior Virgil fight. I think the biggest problem that this Virgil has is his difficulty. He is way too easy to be a Virgil reincarnation, and that polarized my viewpoint on this boss. I'll talk more about mechanics in the Hollow Virgil boss. Beyond that, he has a sick soundtrack, Empty. I listen to it on a regular basis and that says a lot. I will say that this fight is already 10 times better than Wonders, and I am looking forward to ranking the... Oh, wait a minute.
Awesome. Fuck you! Fuck you! Succubus! Suck on this!
I'm going to pull up your head, twist on your lip, and shake on your weapon.
Ah yes, the boss with the Shakespearean dialogue. The whole character is swears, I love it. Succubus has a personality akin to his stature. The whole interaction between an emo edgelord and a fucking 5-year-old is quite memorable, to say the least. I love how the emo kid treats the 5-year-old like his prom date. Listen to this.
Your prom date, you ugly sack of shit. You're dumb.
You're too clingy!
Truly a toxic relationship. The fight is serviceable. You gotta deal with his constant slashing, stamping, puking and bickering all at once. There are times when this disgusting piece of shit covers the entire platform in puke, forcing you to get the fuck out of there. After you take out one of his health bars, you gotta pull the plugs on this guy's ass, I guess, to eventually drop him, whilst he destroys the two surrounding platforms and swears while doing that as well. His theme is my least favorite, but I can still see myself vibing to it. Nothing special, but that really wasn't the main meat of this 55-year-old boss. It's kinda really memorable because of how bad it is, and I didn't really want to put it this high, but you know what, this boss deserves it. Somewhat. Number 3, Hollow Virgil. The superior version of Virgil in almost everything, minus the pedo personality. He pretty much fixed the worst part of the Virgil fight by making him a lot harder. Plus, after playing DMC 5, I thought that Virgil's attack variety was trash. But now that I had played as Virgil, that made me appreciate how many moves this dude has. And on top of that, Hollow Virgil combines his attacks to make the coolest formations possible, showing me that I didn't have to do combos by the book, and I could use my own creativity to form new combos, and I did so. For example, this combo where I take Virgil up in the air to do 2 air combos, slam him down and do another heavy attack on him. I wasn't able to pull this attack off consistently, but even pulling it off partially gave me immense satisfaction, and for that I got a triple S in style points. Okay, I guess it was meant to be very difficult to pull off combos on this guy, but you can. There are ways to get better at this fight, and I did die 3 to 4 times, but I was never frustrated because I wanted to fight him more and more and get better at fighting him. On top of that, he adds these 2 new moves while going out of range. I still haven't figured out the timing of the roundhouse of death, but I enjoy this attack. It's very fun to dodge, especially when he starts doing it more aggressively later on in the fight. This fight hands down has the best mechanics out of all the bosses. The arena is pretty cool and ever changing. The song My Little World, I don't remember hearing it while fighting him, but he didn't introduce me to this banger of a song. And that's it. I did not expect him to be good, but he superseded my expectations, just like the number 2 on our list. Number 2, Hunter. This dude's theme is so fucking good that it almost single-handedly lands him up here. I don't give a fuck what people say. This type of music is my boner jam. Have a listen. This theme alone made me refight the hunter on Son of Sparta to make this vid justify his placement somewhat. And I gotta say, I did not expect that. Look at this health bar, my guns do a beast of damage to him. The hunter, in my opinion, is a metaphor for the game. People really needed to keep an open mind while playing a game like this, which butchered the main character. Now, a game that butchered the main character can be good. Just like a monkey with a vagina on his head can be a good boss fight. Now, normally, the first time that you'll fight him, he will be pretty much piss easy. Like, the only thing you really need to do will just be dodging his very straightforward knife attacks and drill on him. The fight ends in like 5 seconds, leaving a sour taste in one's mouth. But when you fight him on Son of Sparta, holy shit, the fight changes almost completely. He starts rushing you like a rabid beast, impairs your vision and throws his sentient fucking knife at you, which is so fun to dodge. On top of that, this dude has a pretty cool build-up and really lives up to his name. No, not the monkey with a vagina on his head. The name of the hunter, as he genuinely hunts you throughout the first level, and whenever he is on screen, his theme plays, which is just a gift from God straight up. Now I'll talk about the negatives. Firstly, this dude basically goes brain dead a lot, which made me replay the boss, or maybe even the mission, I don't remember. Also, when you figure out the best way to handle him, which is basically just hitting him in the head with the rebellion, and when he's stunned, knock him down with the axe and keep on hitting him with it, he just pretty much drops like a sack of shit. Like half his fucking health bar just disappears. It is kind of annoying how using light weapons do fucking nothing, and this fucking hammer can basically end this guy in like 5 seconds. But I still quite like this fight, all of it. I think everybody should give this fight another chance, and also this game, to appreciate them for what they are. Plus, save the Hunter theme on Spotify. You won't regret it.
Personal view on the terrorists is that they are disgusting, degrading, ghastly, sleazy, purient, and generally nauseating. The worst of them is Dante. The whole world would benefit greatly by his non-existence.
I'm taking you off the air.
You think so? I wouldn't bet on it, you little shit.
You're not big or clever, Dante. You're tiny and stupid and
At age 8, he attacked and killed the head nurse at St. Lamia Orphanage. She was described as a sweet old lady who particularly enjoyed working with children. He was also a well-known cruiser in the seedier districts of the city, rapidly spreading sexual disease of the unholy kind. Ain't that the best kind, Bob?
And he just started killing people. He looked me straight in the eye, and at one point, it was just terrifying. He definitely had pedophile eyes. I saw one girl, like, beg for her life, but, like, he said he was gonna kill her anyway. And then he did. Like...
the people. Newsflash, the people hate you. And be sure of that.
Number 1, Bob Barbas. I think I have given enough justification for him to be number 1 in my opinion. The best factor about him is the realistic factor. The media really do be spreading fake news for their own profit in any and every country, and in a way, Bob's character makes people aware of that. They really did use that aspect of the fight to its complete potential in these sessions. After you take out one of his health bars, you gotta fight demons while he badmouths you in this really cool backdrop with the VHS setting and the headlines and whatnot. It's genuinely unique and adds so much to the fight. Plus, gotta love how he used a Gen Z to pretty much have teenagers harbor animosity towards Dante and his pedophile eyes. Now the boss fight, it's good. Like, not amazing, but at least you have to fight him using your brain, no matter what difficulty you're in. He has like 4 different attacks with amazing tells and a unique way of dodging all of them. Especially this one where you must find openings to jump through or walk through the attack. Now all these attacks do decent damage and knock you back, incentivizing you to dodge him, because if you are unable to slam all his weak spots in a given time, they rejuvenate, I guess. Especially in the third phase where you must slam all 3 as quickly as possible to stun him. When he is stunned, you can beat on him with the only resistance being this AoE attack, which was a good decision as it lets you pull off combos without the annoyance of the boss breaking them. The theme is basically perfect for Bob, especially the start, easily one of my favorites. He even has a good build up with him pretty much running a prison in Limbo, and you can see the tower in the missions before. And I mean, this boss is kind of perfect. Like, the only thing they could have done better would have been giving him more moves and phases, but this boss was already made with a lot of care, which most game devs don't do, especially nowadays, except FromSoft, I guess. Easy 9.5 out of 10 boss, mostly because of his personality. He is my second favorite boss in the series, after Virgil obviously. And that's about it for the video. Like and comment down below of what you thought of the video. Give your own ranking down in the comments and feel free to critique the video as well, because I really want to improve. Next vid will come most likely after 2 weeks, and it may be consisting of the bosses of Wonderful 101 or Castlevania Lords of Shadows 2. Until then, see ya.